Sometimes, like, love feels like standing in a warm summer rain. Your skin soaks in every drop, your heart opens wide, and you almost forget where you end and where he begins. And then, without warning, he steps back. The warmth turns into silence, and you're left wondering if it was all just a dream you held too tightly in your hands. It's one of the quietest heartbreaks a woman knows, when a man seems closest to love, yet suddenly drifts away, almost like a tide that kisses the shore, only to retreat again. And in those moments, 1,000 questions bloom in your chest. Did I love it too much? Did I scare him? Or is there something wrong with me? But the truth isn't as cruel as our fears make it. When men pull away, it isn't always rejection. Sometimes it's simply the way their hearts process a feeling so big it frightens them. Think of it like a bird startled by its own freedom. He longs for the sky, yet trembles at its endlessness. Love feels like that for him. Too vast, too consuming. You've probably noticed it in small ways. The texts that once came quickly now take hours. The warmth in his voice softens into the distance. He touches you, but then pulls his hand away, a little too fast. It feels personal, yet often it isn't. It's his heart trying to breathe under the weight of something beautiful. Sometimes a man needs space, not because he doesn't care, but because caring has become too real, too raw, too much like surrender. And for many men, surrender feels like losing control. It stirs old fears of being vulnerable, of being seen too deeply, of not being enough for the woman he secretly wants to give everything to. Have you ever noticed how men will joke when they feel nervous, or change the subject when emotions run deep? It's not because they don't feel, it's because they feel so much that it unsettles them. His pulling away is often a quiet attempt to steady himself, to test whether his heart is safe in your hands, to be sure the ground won't disappear if he steps closer. And here's the part our wounded hearts forget. His retreat doesn't erase the love that's blooming inside him. It simply hides it in the shadows until he feels strong enough to step into the light again. Sometimes, the very moment he seems farthest from you, he is secretly standing on the edge of loving you completely. I remember a time when I thought distance meant the end, when silence felt like abandonment. But later I realized his pause was never about the absence of love. It was about the weight of it. And once I stopped chasing that space, he came back on his own, not as someone half-hearted, but as a man who had chosen love with both hands. It's a tender truth, isn't it? That sometimes the greatest closeness begins with distance. That the pause is not the ending, but the inhale before a deeper embrace. And if you've ever felt the ache of him pulling away, you are not alone. Every woman who has fallen with her whole heart has felt this quiet fear. There's something I once discovered that shifted how I saw this. It wasn't advice, not really, more like a hidden key to understanding the secret rhythm of a man's heart. It helped me see that his pulling away wasn't rejection, but an unspoken invitation, a way of asking, can you hold space for me even when I'm silent? Can you still believe in me even when I falter? And I realized men crave something far deeper than attention or affection. They long to feel like our presence is their home, that even when they step back, the door to love is still open, not with pressure, not with fear, but with quiet trust. This little shift changed everything for me. It turned confusion into clarity and fear into patience. I want to share what I found with you, because no woman should carry the weight of not knowing why he pulls away. Sometimes one gentle understanding can heal years of doubt. There's a resource I leaned on, one that put words to what I had always felt but couldn't name. It was like being handed a map of a man's secret heart, and it opened doors in love I never thought possible. If you feel called, I've left the same path I followed beneath this video. It may speak to you the way it once spoke to me. And as we close this little heart-to-heart, remember this: his distance does not define your worth. You are not too much to love. You are not unworthy of being chosen. You are simply loving in a language that his heart is still learning how to understand. And one day, when his fears soften, he will return, not because you begged him to stay, but because the gravity of your love pulled him home. So hold yourself gently in the meantime. Trust the rhythm of love's tides and know that no matter how far he drifts, you are never truly alone in this journey. Stay close here if these words touched you, because sometimes all a woman needs is a soft reminder that her heart is not walking this path by itself. Thank you, friends.